Hello YouTube, this is Eugen here with another Wargame Airland Battle commentary. Today we're going to be tackling the first of the new NATO nations, Norway. Oh, that sounded awful. It sounded a lot better in my head. Okay. And because we're playing as Norway, I decided to play on Hell's Highway, or in this it's called Highway to Oslo, or Oslo's. It is Highway to Oslo, isn't it? Yeah. No, regardless. So I'm going to sum up Norway in a pretty brief way because this is a short video. It's only about a 11-minute gameplay. So there are 3 reasons why you would choose Norway as your deck if you're playing Wargame Airland Battle. Number 1, you hate yourself and you get some kind of kick out of losing games. 2, you're so brilliant at Wargame you have to give yourself rubbish units to restrict yourself to make it fair on the enemy team and to make it challenging for yourself. 3, you're from Norway itself and are therefore biased towards playing as Norway. Those are the only reasons you would play as Norway, because Norway is a terrible nation. There is no excuse for it. It has no redeeming factor, and that is the end of it, really, frankly. Now, to clear this up before I get a lot of hate in the comments, I like Norway. I have actually been to Norway, and it is a very beautiful place. Well, apart from the crossing there where I was sick, and Telemark, which was miserable, and that cabin I thought I'd be killed in. But apart from those 3 things, Norway is a beautiful place. It is very nice. It's very scenic. It's quite a nice place to live, I have to say. It looks really nice, okay? I have nothing against Norway. But this is a terrible nation, okay? I'm going to sum it up in a few basic ways, okay? 1, they do not have any anti-aircraft defense missile systems, except for 4 infantry carrying missiles, all of which are extremely fragile and can easily be killed. Next, they do not have any proper artillery. They only field a miserable 4 mortar systems, which are completely inadequate. They do not field any heavy tanks whatsoever. They field a bunch of keep tanks that the US Marines would be ashamed to field. Their Air Force, while not exactly pathetic, in the fact that they have completely no anti-aircraft defense systems, it is completely inappropriate for them. Put it this way: if you've played Reus, you'll know what I'm talking about. An Ishak can down a Messerschmitt 262 if it has enough flak backing it up. Now, let's see what else. Infantry, unremarkable. Recon, unremarkable. Helicopters, well, let's put it this way: helicopters haven't been invented in Norway yet. And that is pretty much all I can say about Norway. If you know of any redeeming factor Norway may have, oh, one more thing: their logistics vehicles are poor. They only have 1 keep truck, and their command vehicles are poor. Also, their tanks have a pretty much, let's put it this way, okay? Hell's Highway is a tiny map. Their tanks cannot get halfway across it without running out of fuel. Okay. So yeah. So pretty much to sum up, Norway is an atrocious nation, and pretty much I hated playing as them. I just felt like I was shooting myself in the foot with a cyanide coated bullet with salt. And also the recon, they like have a rover as a recon jeep. It's just they have like a jeep and recon infantry. I mean, there's nothing that bad about that specifically, but it's just the fact that when they've got such poor units, you'd expect them to have good recon. No, okay. Basically, Norway is a combination of terrible classes and slightly below average classes. So yeah, pretty much that's pretty much sums up Norway, and we're about 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the video at this point, so we might as well talk more about Hell's Highway. Yeah, good map, I like it. It's just like how I remembered. It seems less forested. I know that it's actually a lot narrower, because in the actual Hell's Highway map there's a huge section to one side of it that is available and yeah. I think that's been replaced by a leak, so you could still get flank if you wanted helicopters, but aside from that, not much. But yeah, so I was originally intending to get some gameplay of me losing as Norway to demonstrate its awfulness, but these guys were that bad. They were like playing as Sweden and the Soviet Union, and they were beaten by Norway. So yeah. I'm actually struggling to think of stuff to say, so maybe I should probably just start commenting on the game and just turn this into a regular old match commentary. So as you can see, I've taken the left flank. This was actually my second game on Hell's Highway. I'm still going to call it that just because I'm like that. And the first game I said, okay, because this is like a 2v2 or 1v1 map, I usually play 2v2. So I said, okay mate, I'm going to go left. He didn't respond. Match started, he went left. Everyone went left, we got completely flanked, we got destroyed. Yeah. So as you can see, in this game we managed to coordinate where I bought the CVs and so he could push. Now he unfortunately got pushed back to the point where like our spawn was under fire, but anyway, forgive and forget. Anyway, so I flagged out this command vehicle. I managed to get my keep up without being killed. And as you can see, they really did not put a lot of defences into the left side. They've got jets flying everywhere, but I don't remember. I don't have an anti-aircraft defence. I've got a few guys popped up in the back, but remember these are just infantry. They can't do that much. I've also got a freedom fighter jet flying around, but as you know, jets run out of ammo very fast. So at this stage, so that one unit had peeked off into Gulf, and I was just like, hang on a minute. They don't have any defences whatsoever. So I'm going to buy some stuff. So as you can see, these are the transports, the XA-108s. Very famous XA-108s. Now I don't know, actually, here's another thing. There's this random Su-27 jet. Actually, he knocked out my freedom fighter, so I guess it wasn't random. Got a kill. But yeah. Well, he gets knocked out the Corsair, it looks like. Are my infantry going to do anything about it? Probably not. Well, they fired a few missiles, but remember these are just infantry, primarily designed to take out helicopters, not fighter jets. So as you can see, Gulf was completely undefended, and even though I've got my units right next to the front line, they can't really reach the command unit. The mortars have a very short range, and at this point the first person unpacked loses it, so now this guy has to fight on two fronts at the same time. I'm guessing it was the guy on Gulf that surrendered, because I can't really... oh, I'm hoping so anyway. But yeah, so they had a bunch of BM-21s and two separate command vehicles in Gulf. Guess sign of a good war game team there, when you have two command vehicles in the same post. Maybe one was planning to take up the one, but I pushed too fast. You know, maybe they were planning to take Delta. Anyway, so yeah, 4 infantry transport vehicles. As you can see, they're already running out of fuel. Yeah, so they managed to push all the way forward into here and took out 2 command vehicles and 4 BM-21s. So someone was playing just East Germany then. Elsewhere, my ally still hasn't lifted the brake on this spawn, so that didn't exactly go to plan. So let's see. So basically, these IFVs are just having their own way. And when the destroyers are dead, I can probably call in some more freedom fighters. So here come the Leopard Rhinos. Now I think these are... I reviewed these before in West Germany, I think, was when I last saw them in action. But yeah, mediocre tank. So as you can see, the Stormer infantry, at least, infantry got a good name, Stormer. And now some Spetsnaz are coming in. Obviously, Spetsnaz are very good anti-infantry guys, so even though I'm outnumbering them 2-1, I divert my Rhinos to go and take out the Spetsnaz, because they need all the help. My Stormers need all the help they can get. Elsewhere, the Freedom Fighters are going to attack these guys. Spetsnaz are taking a few shots. Also, the mortar fire is coming down on them, so this fight should go my way. I mean, I've got them outnumbered 2-1, but as you can see, they're just tearing through the Stormers. Freedom Fighters make a few strafing runs. I think they're aiming for the transports maybe more than... Nope, they were aiming for the Spetsnaz. So a few strafing runs has definitely clinched this showdown. Stormers beat the Spetsnaz. Su-27 there. Yeah, I've packed up my infantry to try and move them close to the front line, but that means obviously they can't fire. So that Freedom Fighter is probably going to go down. You know, there's one dead. I think the other one's about to die. Yep, there we go. So SU-27s are just tearing my air support apart here, and I can't do a thing about it. But, however, my transport still gets into this point as Foxtrot, I believe it is. Could be mistaken though. And yeah, so that command point is saved, so we got more points. Not that we really need it. I mean, this game's pretty much already decided. It's 1,100 to 760, and I've got twice as many points as that guy, and the game's over. I think the other guy surrendered. Anyway, very short game, just showing how Norway is a nation that's useless. And yeah, so this has been Omagent. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave your hate against me for insulting Norway in the comments below, and goodbye.